Okay, so I'm here with Hannah Alderson, who finished sixth last week at the European Cross Trials and has gained her selection for Budapest as an under 23. So, Hannah, how did you feel on Monday when you got that call to confirm that you were selected?
Um, Ecstatic. I was like over the moon. I mean, it's been like a aim for the past probably 6 years. I've thought about getting a GV vest to finally like get a call. It's just kind of like, oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, I'm really really pleased, really happy.
Okay, Hannah, so were you surprised by your performance at Liverpool?
Um, I was surprised. It was the aim was to be in the top six, but I kind of thought it's anyone's race really. It's just about who performs on the day. My coach believed I could do it, but it literally was looking at the entries. It, you couldn't really, I couldn't really call it who was going to make the top six. There was obviously a few dead certs, but I thought, the sixth person, it could be anyone's. It's just about who delivered on the day, and fortunately that happened. So yeah, I'm really pleased.
Awesome, Hannah. Well, it was a fantastic performance. So, how have you prepared and trained this year? Is it different to previous years?
Well, I've got a new coach. I haven't been with him very long. I started with him in January, so coming up to a year. And really, I've just got a solid foundation of training in. I think, like most typical runners, I've had injuries and fair share of problems. But I managed to go about 17 weeks without any problems leading up to Liverpool, which I think set me in good stead for the race and just allowed me to get a really good solid block of training in. So I think it's just about trying to avoid injury and illness as much as possible. I think sometimes it's just down to luck. I mean, obviously you have to put in the hard work, but if you can avoid the niggles and avoid the illness, then you're more likely to be able to put the good results in.
I agree with that, Hannah, completely. So, would you like to tell us what a typical week of training would be for yourself?
Probably not very different to any other athlete, really. So Monday I'll do just two runs, varying paces, steady runs, and then Tuesday would be a harder session. So my harder sessions would be on a Tuesday and a Thursday and a Saturday, and then typically Sunday would be a long run, and then I did like some days of two runs in between the harder sessions. So really, it doesn't change from many other athletes. I think I've added more strength and conditioning this year since I've been under my new coach, which has definitely helped. Just doing some weights and doing more core work and focusing on building up a base there. I think that's really helped.
Okay, Hannah. So, do you have a training group, or where do you train?
I don't have a training group. I train by myself usually, but there are a few runners who sometimes join me for sessions if they can make it. But really, all of it's just on my own. I mean, when I do like my runs from home, like the steady runs, my mum comes with me on the bike quite often. If I have to get up before uni at say like 6 in the morning or something, she'll come with like a flashlight on her head to make sure that I can see where I'm going. Which is quite nice to have the company. And she's like my number one supporter, so she's always there. She's always behind me saying, "Come on, Hannah, I'm on your back. Come on," and just like giving me a kick up the backside, basically, which always helps. But yeah, quite a lot of it is on my own, which can be a bit challenging at times. But then I think that it does definitely help when I'm going into a competition, just to have the girls around you. It kind of gives you that little bit of competitiveness. There is a running club at the uni, but it's more for kind of recreational runners. So it doesn't really fit around my uni schedule and like when I train. So I do tend to do it by myself. I meet up with my coach, and the sessions I do are usually by myself. But sometimes we do manage to find another partner to train with. But it is kind of by myself, yeah.
Okay, Hannah. So, with the lack of training group, would you consider going to the States after you finish your degree?
It has been something I've considered. I'm quite a country and just training here and just living at home. But I think because at the moment I'm in the middle of a degree and I'm in my third year, potentially I might decide to go out there if I want to, stay in education. It's something I'm thinking about, but at the moment, I'm fine where I am.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not broken, why fix it? So, what are the aims going into Budapest next weekend?
Well, we've got a really strong under-23 team, so I think everyone's aim is to try and medal as a team,
Mm-hmm.
which would be amazing for my first kind of run for Great Britain. On a personal note, I think my aim is to try and run as strong as I can. I've never ran against, internationally before, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I've just got to go there with an open mind and just give it everything really and see what happens.
Exactly.
And enjoy it.
Awesome. So what are your aims going to be going beyond Budapest and in 2013? Have you got any races lined up?
To be honest, I haven't really thought that far ahead. Next weekend is kind of like the priority at the moment. I would like to do inter-counties in March for definite because I really enjoy that race. And obviously it's the World Trials, so that would be a really good one to aim for. And just really to try and build up my training because the past few years has just kind of been a solid block of training and then a niggle or an injury or an illness and then trying to get back again. So I just think that just try and get as strong as I can and then see where that takes me really. I'm going to be doing bucks indoors most likely in the 3,000 metres. So hopefully I'd like to medal there. And bucks outdoors in May as well. I'd like to do the 10,000 metres because I think that as I'm getting older, the longer distances are appealing more. I think for most athletes as they get older, they do tend to head for the longer distances. So I'm just going to see what I can do over that sort of distance.
Of course. Well, good luck for Budapest next weekend, Hannah, and we wish you the best of luck.